Happy Sunday, sweethearts. How y'all doing? I've had like 4 messages this morning asking me what's going on with the left leg and the sciatica. And if you guys, if there are many of you out there having numbness in your left leg and your feet and your ankle and your lower back on the left side, the sciatica in your butt cheek, all of that. If you're experiencing that the past couple days, that's your legs represent carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, the baggage of the wounds of the past. And good morning, Sharon. Good afternoon, I think it is here. I don't even know what time it is. And so you're finding that the feminine in your legs, that the left side is your feminine essence, is the feminine. And so as that sciatica and your legs are upgraded and you're releasing, and it's coming into balance and harmony with your higher essence, if you will, in your light body. Sharon, you have it on the right side. That's the masculine. That's showing you your masculine, your releasing blocks, and that's being recalibrated. It's being brought into harmony, the left side of your body with the right side of your body. And your left and right brains coming into more calibration of harmony and peace within you. And I love you guys. How y'all doing? Big hugs and blessings. And so, if you're experiencing that in either one of your legs, like Sharon said, she's experiencing it in the right. This is again a total upgrade. Some of you are experiencing numbness in the right arm. People have commented to me that Linda, that's a symptom of having a heart attack. Guys, light expands. And so and we got a whole lot of light coming in right now and leading us up to this total lunar eclipse, which is significant shift in consciousness for humanity. And it's your chest cavity is expanding. Our normal state of being is 7 to 11 feet tall for many of us. And so as your heart expands, your heart becomes lighter than a feather. Your heart has been condensed. And so as the more light you take in, and the more walls and chains and binds that you allow away from your heart, the more you allow yourself to love regardless of what is presented. The light makes your heart bigger. Many people are experiencing enlarged hearts because your chest cavity is becoming bigger. Many of you are going to find in the coming years you have, and I've mentioned this before, you're going to have more vertebrae added because your vessels are expanding and they're becoming bigger. We've been condensed down to small beings, 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, and our natural state of being is 7 to 11 feet, and some are bigger than that. So you have to expand to fit that expanded heart. And so it's not that you're necessary. And again, if you feel guided to get medical attention, go get medical attention, guys. But check within yourself first if that's what's occurring or if this is just bodily upgrades. It's really significant in the left leg, though, in the sciatica right now. And as you release a lot of this blocked energy through this trinity of eclipses, especially the next 2 weeks now, you're really going to find, drink water as soon as you start going numb, as soon as you ground, if you can. If you can't go out in the and walk on the grass or whatever, get in some water, take a bath. But drink water, and it will help the numbness. It will help the integration. It will help the recalibration. And normally throughout your life we've had problems with the right sciatica, the sciatica in the right leg. Again, that's the masculine. The masculine's releasing the weight of the world embracing his feminine, and as the masculine does that, and I'm talking essences here, guys, within, as your masculine does that, the feminine has to recalibrate as much as the masculine essence within you has to recalibrate as they come into full union and full harmony. And Dana Hart, vertebrae, left leg, yep, because we're going through an intense upgrade. You know, can you see my beautiful sunburn? I had 100+ sunscreen on yesterday, and I wasn't out in the sun. I was walking back and forth, and I still got I still got sunburn really good. I got kissed by the sun, and you're gonna find as the sun gets hotter, use coconut oil, guys. Use coconut oil on your skin, on your face, and aloe, fresh aloe, because that will assist as the sun gets hotter for us. And again, just dance through these energies. It's all blocked energy that's coming up, guys, all of it. And Phoenix, you had it in the left leg too. A lot of it, guys. So really just drink a lot of citrus. And you know what will really help right now with a lot of these energies and integration is, for those who use crystals, again, get some magnetite. Use magnetite. Put it on your head and put it on the ground at your tailbone. That will help balance the above and the below, and the right and left brain. Magnetite is magnificent for that as you go through this recalibration and this shift in consciousness. And another thing that will help as far as eating, you guys are going to notice, if you haven't already, that your thought consciousness towards food is changing rapidly now. You know, what you can look at something and it just has absolutely no appeal that used to be your favorite food. And you're finding that you cannot in any way, shape, or form eat anything really heavy anymore. And that's going to increase. Cherries, eat cherries. Cherries right now will really help you through this. Cherries hold, cherries, blueberries, but especially cherries hold, when you eat them, it helps you rest more. It's a natural, I'm not sure how to put it into words, a natural, I don't want to say sedative because that's not accurate. Shell craven peanut butter. Peanut butter is a lot of protein in it, and your body is shifting from getting protein from eggs and poultry and stuff like that to, again, it's shifting. Your body doesn't require those heavier meats and heavier foods and stuff, and so peanut butter is going to help make up for that protein. A lot of you are going to start finding, if you haven't already, that you cannot tolerate eggs anymore. Cheese, dairy, even more so than before. You know, if you crave milk or something like that, really try coconut milk, almond milk. I find for myself, almond milk is a little too thick for me and a little too sweet. I drink a lot of unsweetened coconut milk. Tracy, feeling like I've lost myself totally. I'm not sure what HS means, but taking the steering wheel and I don't know what to do, trying to surrender. That's good that you don't know what to do, honey. And you are losing yourself totally, in the sense that you're losing your mind. You're losing the mind thought consciousness of the 3D/4D of good and evil. And that's good, because now if you guys really observe, again, you guys can really start seeing through things. It's easier, you're finding yourself, it's easier to emotionally detach from the stories. From, even though you're being triggered, even though these faulty foundations are crumbling, stuff like that, you're finding it easier to be peaceful in it. Yesterday, my brother-in-law, my dog, which was their dog first, Tony has a lot of bladder control problems, And, well, he went doo-doo in the, in the kitchen. I was outside, and my brother-in-law came outside, and he was really irritated. And I said, well, I just laughed at him. I said, well, remember, he was your dog before mine. And, well, that probably, he didn't take that very well. Anyways, he erupted, and it's like, don't yell at me. But I remained calm. I didn't emotionally react. I just told him, do not yell at me. And you're going to find it's much easier to respond in that peaceful, whereas before I would go ballistic. Ballistic. No bullshit, you don't know. You know, but you're finding yourself responding more peacefully and more in a calm nature, and yet standing in your power doesn't mean you have to be belligerent, doesn't mean you have to get angry to prove your point or anything else. And that consciousness is really making itself apparent as we go through this full shift of consciousness. And this is really magical. It doesn't feel magical for the physical vessels right now, but we're getting that eclipse brought in a whole lot of light infusion, guys. And light is information. Light expands us. And so anything that is limited for us right now through these eclipses, anything that's limiting us, anything that's boxing you into a consciousness of just this physical mortal world, it's being crumbled. Those limits, those walls, that box, those flaps, the box is being laid wide open. And, that's not always comfortable for us, but it's necessary as our higher trajectory timelines come into tangible physical realities for us. And that's truly a beautiful thing. So if you're feeling like you've been ran over by 1,000,000 Mack trucks, guys, well, bless it and be grateful, because we just got upgraded in our light bodies a whole lot more. And even though it's not feeling very good right now, really honor your vessels, really honor your bodies. If you're tired and can't stay awake, I was telling John earlier, I said, I cannot stay awake, and I have a guidance call at 9 o'clock. And I said, I'm up for 15 minutes, a half hour, 45 minutes, and I said, and I'm right back asleep. And that's normal, guys. Really honor yourself. If you're trying to clean house, or you're trying to do this, or you're trying to do that, and you're finding yourself exhausted mentally, emotionally, physically, honor that and go rest. Right now your body needs it. We got a whole lot of light infusion, and you know what? Chaos and turbulence comes when you ignore what your body needs. And Megan, me too, sleep. Sleep, beautiful. So just dance through these energies, but no, you're not going nuts. There's nothing wrong with your left leg or your right leg, but many are feeling it in the left side and the left sciatica, and that's because, again, you're releasing the weight of the world. Your legs, your knees support you. And this is opportune time to make love to your vessel. And I'm not talking sexually. I'm saying rub the sciatic area that is uncomfortable. Rub your feet, your ankles, your legs, and thank it for its service. Thank it. Massage it. Make love to it through massage, through words, through focusing your energy on it as it totally recalibrates and upgrades you in that aspect. And with it, you're going to find the more you allow this upgrade to take place without thinking you're dying, without thinking that something's wrong with you, you're really going to find that it's going to bring in, again, a lot more peacefulness, a lot more harmony, a lot more love and unity within your own consciousness. I love you guys. Thank you, Linda. I love you guys. We're in this together, and even though it's individual, It's a collective. We are the collective, and the noticeable difference here, guys, if you pay attention and you really observe, this is where you're really gonna find that which is being released is everything where you're codependent still on the mortal world, where it's still not in a space of interdependency. And there is a huge difference between codependency and interdependency. Amy, are we anchoring in the divine feminine? You know, depending on your guys' consciousness, it's going to appear different ways. Some of you are going to say that you're anchoring in the masculine. Some of you are going to anchor in the feminine. Really, what's occurring right now is humanity has always felt that Allah was masculine. You know, everyone has still believes that Sophia is feminine, and that Sophia was the one who fell. Now remember, we went through at the summer solstice, we went through an axis correction, and what is coming into the consciousness now is you're finding out that she is Allah and he is Sophia. It was the father masculine who fell, it was not the feminine. And again, you were in an inversion subliminal mind programming. So, Amy, where you say, are we anchoring in the feminine? Yes, at the same time we're anchoring in the masculine, beautiful, because we're going from an inversion consciousness to a reverted consciousness, what everybody is calling New Earth. We're actually going back to the old, to our original blueprint. And so as this inversion, this axis correction shifts, you're coming to find that, again, that essence is flipping. I only ask because the left side of the body is the feminine. Perhaps I'm wrong, energetic. No, you're absolutely correct, beautiful. You're absolutely correct. So, but when we say, are we anchoring in the feminine and the masculine, the feminine left side is being recalibrated to her highest Sophionic template, if you will. That alpha and the omega template. Because remember, we've always had the alpha. That's the light within us. And we've been disconnected from the omega consciousness. And so as we release all in the left, especially in the feminine right now, anything that is of that old masculine program, we're recalibrating it to the highest Sophionic template, which is the original template. I hope that makes sense. Akuna, I keep saying Back to the Future, absolutely. And really, you guys, you want to know what's really happening? Look at it this way. Where Akuna just said Back to the Future, she, the feminine essence, comes from the future. When the vertical axis infinity collapsed to an X, not necessarily that way, horizontal, the masculine went to the past, and the feminine essence went to the future. And really, what's occurring right now, tangibly on the physical plane within our physical vessels, is the feminine from the future and the masculine from the past are coming into sacred union on the tangible plane, not physically. I mean, not just our essence, but our consciousness, our bodies, our thought consciousness, our emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, etherical, cause all those bodies are coming into absolute alignment of the truth of that alignment. Truth is as fluid as a frequency you maintain. So really, the dance we're going through right now, and Amy, this is really prevalent in the left side, honey, is our vessel on the left side. Yes, we're anchoring in the divine feminine, but at the same time, on our right side, we're anchoring in the true highest aspect of the divine masculine. And that is a beautiful thing. We haven't seen the highest essence of the divine masculine within ourselves or in the collective. And by anchoring in that highest Sophionic blueprint, we're adjusting our feminine to a higher trajectory, because the masculine essence within us too is fully integrating that new Sophionic, or the old Sophionic template, the 13th aeon. And this is beautiful, because the more we allow this to happen, the more the true divine masculine essence embodies within all of us. And the more that happens, the more the feminine essence comes back into, and this, Amy, I believe this is what you're referring to, beautiful. The more the true feminine essence comes back into the feminine vessels in the physical collective, and the more the true masculine essence now comes back into the physical vessel of the masculine, rather than the feminine carrying the masculine and the masculine carrying the feminine. And this is where you're going to really, you know, this lunar eclipse on the 27th, really what this is going to do for us individually and collectively is it's going to eclipse those old personalities. Carolyn, absolutely, it's both. Absolutely. And that's a beautiful thing, because this total lunar eclipse on the 27th is going to bring us really, in all of humanity, what so many people have referred to as the event, even though the event has been in steps. But this is going to sever those old personalities of the old and truly bring in, because all along, as you guys have healed yourself, if you will, you're letting go of the personality of this being who you are. And this lunar eclipse on the 27th is going to bring you into a frequency balanced harmonic personality that you have been creating from within. That's why it's so necessary to make everything that's going on right now impersonal. And so you are not your vessel. So your journey has been to overwrite that personality into the personality of your highest aspect that you've chosen to become, if you will, to embody in your higher trajectory. And that's a beautiful thing. This is where you're going to start seeing the feminine become more graceful, more eloquent in their mannerisms, balancing out that standing in their power to where that pendulum went from this to this. And now you're going to see it. And at the same time, the masculine you're going to find are too going to become more gentle, more emotionally available, more supportive, in a more equality sort of way. Not only in the thought consciousness that's being shifted, but also in the physical vessels. And that's magical. That's beautiful. So just dance through these. That's what's occurring with the left leg, especially the left leg as it's being recalibrated and upgraded. And, you know, more of those lower three chakras dissolve. And we go into a light body from the heart chakra forward. And dance through this light body. If you notice, the more you are in the sun, the more light you take in, and the more you need to earth. So if you're spending a lot of time out in nature, earth, 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 barefoot, and really connect, because it will anchor in these light filaments that are coming in through this total lunar eclipse. And you're already feeling it, guys. Just because we had one eclipse, you're feeling the trinity of all three of them, and they will increase, because, you know, even eclipses are an illusion. So it's portals for the human aspect, the human vessel, to leap through to expand their consciousness. But truly, there's nothing outside of you, including the eclipses, but to the human, for the human aspect, their portals and their gateways and those energies have huge effects on the physical vessel as it's upgraded into a crystalline existence that's never occurred before. We're at a space now where never before in the history of creation, the frequencies we are at right now and that we're taking in our vessels has ever occurred before. Never has a flesh vessel been able to hold as much light as that which has been coming in. And it holds it by you anchoring it into the electromagnetic and geomagnetic field of this planet, which you do through earthing. And we've already made history, if you will. Because again, never before in a form, matter, vehicle has ever this much light been withheld within it. And the more we do that, the more we crystalline our physical, tangible plane of existence. And that, celebrate. I know it's uncomfortable, guys. I know that it doesn't always feel good. But in the highest aspect, the highest frequency of energy that's bathing this planet right now, it truly is all brand new. We've never made it this far before. This has never been done before in any star galaxy, any star race, any omniverse, any whatever label you need to give it. So really, even though it's uncomfortable for our physical vessels right now, we have surpassed any creation we've ever created in the past or in the ancient future. Because the future that we came from truly is no more. We've zero-pointed it as much as we've zero-pointed the past. But the difference is now we have access to all of the wisdom from the ancient past and the future past that we've put to rest. So we could have a new creation as a crystalline race. And so that's magical. So dance. And no, we've never been here before. Not the Andromedans, not the Pleiadians, not the Arcturians, the Lyrans, Orions, Centaurians, Atarians, whatever star galaxy you want to label it, want to give it. We have never been here in a crystalline form before. And we're doing it all together. So celebrate and rejoice, because you've already home. You're already ascended. You're already pure. You're just bringing that purity and crystallining it into your physical vessel, and that's not always comfortable. Dawn hurts like hell, both physically and emotionally. Change that hell to heaven, beautiful. I know it does. Just face that hurt and accept it and love it. It's just an experience of the mortal world, and you are now immortal. Allow your immortality to anchor in, beautiful. Even if it does hurt like hell, call forth that violet fire from your heart. If it hurts, accept it. Yeah, I don't like this. Yeah, this isn't very comfortable. Yeah, yep. And just violet fire it. Transmute it. And change it to that which you want to see materialize. Kelly, what about seeing a strobe light with patterns and super dizzy, not able to see clearly? Kelly, that's not unusual, honey. That is, again, that's your consciousness expanding as light, as you anchor in and integrate this light, these light encoded filaments that's coming in. Vertigo is not unusual. When you, migraines, when you get a whole lot of crown activation going on, and that calibration of that light that's coming in through your crown is activating and balancing and harmonizing your third eye and your pineal, your feminine and your masculine. And at the same time, recalibrating and rewiring and balancing and harmonizing your left and right brain. That's the cross. Right and left brain and the pineal, the third eye and the pineal. That's, that's one of the crosses within you. And you're bringing these X's back to crosses. And so, it's not comfortable, but it's diamondizing. We're diamondized. And, diamonds are found in the deepest of darkest of the caves, underground. And they're pressurized. Well, our physical vessels are pressurizing right now because we're crystallining. at the same time, they're releasing it. So, I love you guys. Just dance through this. I know it's not comfortable, but really honor your vessel for the next couple of weeks as we fully integrate the eclipse energies as we went out of, and integrating as the eclipse in 2 weeks, the total lunar eclipse, is already coming in, and we're integrating those energies. Because remember, even eclipses are part of the holographic illusion because it's outside of us. So, Megan, that's why my vision gets blurred and then clears, absolutely, because everything that you guys are finding, some of you are finding, again, marks along your eyes, in your jawbones, in your cheeks, in your mouth and stuff, because you've chosen in your higher trajectory timelines, you have chosen a specific avatar, an avatar look, an avatar personality, an avatar age. Now, many of you have chosen to go back to between the ages of 25 and 35. Some of you have chosen to go back to the age reversal and look like you're 17, even though you could be billions of years old. And so, your soul fragment anyways. And so, in your dream time, in your frequencies that you're integrating, age reversal and all of that has been activated. And so, as we crystalline, you're not crystallining your flesh, you're crystallining your light body. And the more you crystalline that and anchor it into the electromagnetic and geomagnetic grids, what you're doing is you're allowing age reversal to take place. And so in your sleep, you're having your soul, yourself, is going through intense etheric surgery and stuff like that to age reversal your vessel. I look 20 years younger now than I did 8 years ago. And so that's what you're finding. And that's the beautiful thing of this. So, I love you guys. You got this. You're diamondizing. So really allow yourself to pressurize and release. Because the more you can release, the more magical existence will become. And the more crystalline it will become. Sure, I'm looking forward to when my body feels like a teenager. Right? Oh, we chose this, guys, and it might be hell right now, but it really is heaven. It might feel uncomfortable, but it really is heaven. And Kelly, it's like most days I'm looking younger, but then there are days I'm looking older. Oh, absolutely, because again, even though you go through etheric surgery and one day you look really young again, and the next you look really old. That's again that balance and harmonization and recalibration. And so, again, if you guys really observe, you can really see physically it playing out in your vessels. That harmonization, that calibration. Just like you said, one day I look really young, and then the next it seems like I look older with more wrinkles, more this, more that. And so that's just awesome, It's like, why do I feel so bloated today? Why do I feel so empty today? You're back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Linda, yesterday I found a breakfast cafe. I felt I wanted to find a newspaper to see what year it was. You know, and time is the human knows it is not the same, guys. Really, you know, what is occurring, again, when I said that the feminine is from the future and the masculine from the past are coming to the tangible plane, the meeting point of God. You know, as that takes place in these next 2 weeks especially, and you're really going to find when Gaia ascended to her highest frequency in December 2012, that 5-year grace period we were sitting in up until December of last year, that's collapsing. No longer is the consciousness of the human going to be 5 years ahead of the consciousness of the planet when she ascended. So as 2012 is coming forward, and 2018 is coming backwards to meet in the middle, because the Gregorian calendar was a veil. If you remember, the Mayan calendar ended, which is part of our original template. Maya, the illusion. So we're literally bringing the Omega consciousness that ascended to her highest frequency, ascended state in December of 2012. We're bringing it in right now to the year 2018. Because even though a calendar tells you it's 2018, you also are living out a timeline of 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, as much as you're living out timelines of 1970, 71, 72, 73, 74, it don't matter, 82, 83, 84, 92, 91, 90, it don't matter, all of it simultaneously. So, some people prophesize that Christ Michael is going to return, or Yeshua is going to return in 2022, right? The disclosure is going to happen in 2020. It's all a frequency. In every given moment, you're already in 2022. Disclosure's already happened. Those are veils of separation, because you have access in every given moment to any year. Take yourself back to before Christ. AD, take yourself into the future, into 2050 to 2333. It don't matter. You have access to all that wisdom and information right now, and even more so as you fully integrate and connect to the Omega consciousness from which you've been separated from when the Father Essence fell. And that's the truth, that inversion of the truth that is now integrating that information in you. Carla, I don't have all the knowledge you have. Yes, you do. But my soul feels fed from all you say. I feel at home to understand all that is happening. That too is illusion, guys. Again, don't compare yourself to me. I walked into this vessel. You guys were incarnated into the vessels to raise your consciousness. And to sit there and say I don't have the knowledge and the wisdom that you do, Linda. Yes, you do. You absolutely do. And that too is a veil, beautiful. Start telling yourself, I fully embody the light of my soul now. Chant it out loud. Chant it 108 times a day. Chant it 33 times. Whatever you're guided to do. You guys hold the high. You have access to all the information, all the knowledge, all the wisdom that I or anybody else does. That is a mindset that you do not. That's where unconsciously you are judging yourself. I do not have the knowledge you have. Yes, you do. Transmute that judgment of yourself, beautiful. Start looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. I am whole. I am complete. I am strong. I fully embody the light of my soul now. And keep saying it. Keep saying it. How in the world did you get so intelligent and knowledgeable? You guys, our whole consciousness as a whole. As a whole. Knowledge comes from experience, from learning, from reading, from watching TV, from research. Wisdom, knowledge comes from your personal Akashic library within your vessel. Wisdom comes from full consciousness of all that we are. Light. Wisdom is light. Light is information. And wisdom is Sophia is the alpha, because the alpha, the masculine, the father is light. It's information. The mother is love. And through love, light is birthed. And so, right now, your journeys have been to empty your Akashic records of knowledge, to zero point that knowledge and turn it over to the Akashic Living Library of the Earth, so you could have wisdom of not just the knowledge of your lifetime experiences, but to have access to the wisdom of every single one of the 7.8 billion fractals of our soul. All that experience, to have that wisdom of all of it. And that's what's occurring as we crystalline and upgrade. And that is, as Amy earlier stated, are we anchoring in the Divine Feminine, the highest aspect of her yes. And at the same time, we're connecting to the Akashic Living Library of the Divine Feminine, and at the same time integrating the Divine Masculine, the true essence of the highest aspect of the Divine Masculine, to where that part of us, the human vessel, can put the wisdom of the Omega consciousness that we've connected back into the Akashic Living Library. The masculine in us now will support that wisdom rather than just the limited knowledge of just the human vessel's experience. And that is something that hasn't been done in thousands of years. That's where the Divine Masculine, in that essence, in its true state of being, is supportive of the feminine essence. It has really nothing to do with the personalities of the incarnate feminine masculine. It has everything to do with the essence inside of us. And as that highest aspect of the Divine Masculine anchors within us, it supports the Divine Feminine that is fully being anchored within us, which is that Omega consciousness, that whole living library of the earth, that wisdom, which is only given to us through the light. And that's beautiful. So this eclipse coming up on the 27th is truly bringing that sacred union to the tangible plane of existence, that consciousness in humanity. And that is a freedom that we have not had in thousands of years. So dance through it. Fully embody the light of your soul. And know, you got this. Turn up the music, guys. As the heat is turned up, you just got to learn to tango a little faster. And that's okay. Because, it's always nice to learn something new and to expand. So dance. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'm back to laying down. I can't stay awake. So, I love you. I don't even know what day it is. Sunday, I think. Join us in our Unity Meditations with Sandra Walter and just dance through these, guys. Dance through this diamondization and shine. Radiate your light out. And know, you are right there. It's only your own opinions that keep you limited. Because you are the Akashic Living Library. Just like each one of us is. You just have to tap into it. There's no one a higher or lower or before or after. It's a dance of being all things at once and being no things at the same moment. So dance. I love you. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye. Big hugs and blessings.